I'll tell you one thing. Once we got to South Carolina, it didn't matter about no stars. It was straight work getting put in. That's our pal Garcia. Spurrier coming to my house. Man, when he came to my house, I ain't had no lights. I was like, oh, this is guy Garcia, Tampa and stuff like that. I was like, damn, look like a golden boy. Having that fighting mentality, being a Gamecock like how we be. Man, I see Spurrier outside, shirt off, hat, bucket hat still on. He's sitting out there, shirt, just looking around.
Tailgate Talks is proudly presented by our title sponsor, Green's Beverages, South Carolina's go-to spot for all things beer, wine, and spirits. This episode is brought to you by the High Rise Beverage Co., real fruit-infused THC and CBD seltzers with zero artificial flavors or colors. Born in South Carolina, High Rise is here to help you elevate every moment, from the tailgate to game day. Sip smart, sip local. Buy High Rise Beverage Co. at your nearest Green store today. All right, Gamecock fans, this season we're raising a glass to bold flavors and even bolder conversations. Tailgate Talks is fueled by Bullet Bourbon, the official bourbon of backyard grills, pregame huddles, and postgame victory toast. Whether you're sipping it neat or mixing up Gamecock-style old-fashioned, Bullet's smooth finish keeps the tailgate vibes rolling. So pour one, press play, and let's talk some football. Bullet Bourbon, Frontier Whiskey for Gamecock Nation.
All right, what's going on, tailgaters? A little chilly here in Columbia, and Steven's even cold in Tampa. It's kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, it feels great. Nice little change of pace.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're sitting here and getting ready to play a big matchup coming off the bye week last week, but have Texas A&M coming up this Saturday, which is not an ideal matchup for us because we are 18.5-point underdogs, but hasn't been a game that I feel like we've been the underdog against Texas A&M the last 5 or 6 times we've played them. And I think we've beaten them all but 1 year, or maybe all but 2 years of those years.
Yeah.
I oddly, a couple of my buddies have been like, Pat, you've been very positive lately. You're kind of like
Positive Pat, man.
just the new positive Pat. So positive Pat's calling a Gamecock victory this weekend. I think we're going to win a close one. We've been in every single game this year for the most part. Haven't been able to finish, but I have the Gamecocks winning this one. Let's go with 30-24 Gamecocks.
That's bold, man. That's very, very bold.
30. We're going to score.
Have we scored over 22 though?
Touchdowns.
I don't know, man. That's very positive. I don't know. I'd love to see it. I mean, obviously we'd all love to see it. I don't know. Maybe the change in leadership with the offensive play calling. I mean, who the hell knows what to expect anymore? I know A&M doesn't know what the hell to expect, but yeah, let's see what happens.
Let's get wild.
Yeah, I mean, as Coach
think
Spurrier would say, give Fade a chance. Give Fade a chance.
give Fade a chance. Secretariat.
Oh yeah.
I've been sitting here all year and just waiting for the offense and the weapons that we have to really showcase their talents, and we haven't yet. So thankfully, I have actually breathed because I would be dead if that was the case. But I'm just ready for it to happen. It's all going to click. Things are going to go our way. Lenore's is going to go back to playing Lenore's football that we saw last year. Defense is going to continue to play at a high level. I'm positive Pat is here at least until Saturday. Give me until halftime. I'll be positive until halftime.
Hopefully beyond that. But yeah, I agree. It's gonna be interesting. But I'm trying to think of a good segue, man. Segue is kind of your specialty now.
Well, we have 3 games left in the season, and I don't know where exactly I'm going with that. But the guest this week is Chris Culliver, who was very fast and ran a sub 3 second 20-yard dash. I guess that's a good way to put it.
There you go.
Cully, this was a cool episode because he was a part of our 2007 recruiting class. He's a guy that we came in together, experienced everything together. He stayed all 4. He played all 4 years with us, right? Yeah. Played all 4. So he was drafted in 2011. So he went through, played in the SEC championship game with us, and then went on to have a stellar NFL career. And now he's living down in Miami and doing some cool stuff down there. So it's always my favorite episodes that we have with guys that we played with, that we had the direct experiences with, that we could share stories with in detail. Thankfully, not too much detail, but
Correct.
those have been my favorite. And Cully's a guy that, in a weird way, kind of gets forgotten in South Carolina history. I was amazed when we had guessed the guest. I thought nobody was going to know him, and like the first 6 guesses were, "Oh, that's Culliver, that's Culliver, that's Culliver." So Chris
Easy,
Culliver,
easy.
you
I mean,
haven't been forgotten. Gamecock Nation still loves you.
I don't know how they would guess that. I really don't. I mean, props to Weston because I know who the guest is, and I still have a hard time figuring it out. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I mean,
I think
that
the
was
ball.
impressive.
I think the ball security standpoint might have been
That's
a giveaway. Like him and Jarvis Giles. Jarvis was another one of the guesses that they had in there. Carried the ball like LaShawn McCoy, like a loaf of bread.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I mean, you got to think, dude. That was over 15 years ago, and people still remember that. I mean, that is pretty wild. But I mean, like I said, off the air, it's got to be one of the most loyal fan bases in not only the SEC but entire damn country. And the fact that these guys are still watching and paying attention to listen to two old heads talking about Gamecock football and wanting to hear stories about former guys playing. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. It's like we know how loyal this fan base is. We know how these fans are. I mean, it's thick or thin. This Williams-Brice Stadium is going to be full. Whether we're hopefully we're 4-6 come Coastal, but the stadium's still going to be full regardless if we're 4-6 or 3-7. Like the Gamecock fans are just loyal as all get out, and that's why we knew that there was an opportunity for us to let guys share their stories, and I think that's been the coolest piece. Is guys being able to share their hearts and why they wanted to play here and all that. There I see a little one running around behind you.
Yep, yep. It's beautiful weather out here, Pat. That's why we're outside.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm with you. It's Gamecock fans are the best, supporting us, supporting what we're doing here. So excited to see kind of where this continues to grow and go. Um, we got 3 games left on the schedule. Basketball's in full gear. Our women and men's are both still undefeated. So we are a basketball school currently.
Oh
But
God.
no, I'm excited for this upcoming game and then the next couple games, and then obviously getting into the holiday season. So life's good.
Yep, yep, absolutely. The sun always comes up, man. But yeah, I agree. And hopefully hopefully win this game and the next other games after that, the next 2 games, and make a bowl game, man. That'd be a hell of a comeback and get momentum for going into next year.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal at this point, right? I mean it's hasn't been the year we wanted to have, but that's the goal, is to at least end on a high note, keep the recruiting levels high, keep the camaraderie, keep the team in place. I mean, I still say we have a talented roster, just haven't performed to the level that we're capable of. So it's in there, and I think it's going to pop up come whatever you said kickoff was on Saturday.
Yeah, yep. We got to make it happen.
Oh yeah, don't forget wherever you listen to us, whether it's on YouTube or social media. Yeah, yeah. But no, appreciate all you guys tuning in. You guys are the best. Gamecock fans are thick and thin, so we appreciate y'all and all that you do. Make sure you check out this week's episode of Chris Culliver with the Tailgate Talks. We're joined here this week by class of 2007, the highest rated recruit in our recruiting class, the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Culliver. What's up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, man? How's it going?
That's a hell of an introduction, Pat. Well
Hey,
done.
I mean,
Right, why you do me like
he was the one who elevated the recruiting class. I was the one who devalued the recruiting class. So we had a blend and meet in the middle. He was like a 5-star. I was a 2-star. So we netted, what, 3.5? Not too bad.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. Once we got to South Carolina, it didn't matter about no stars. It was straight work getting put in.
No doubt.
That's the damn truth, man. That needs to be clipped right off the rip, man. Dakota, you need to send me that clip because these kids nowadays, man, they think because they're a 5-star, they're getting NIL money, they're getting paid. They think they're just going to walk in there and own the place. That you just said you were a 5-star guy. I mean, you had to work your ass off. I mean, we all saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, you did bust your ass. You had to.
Yeah,
We all had
definitely.
to.
Definitely. Coming in, especially South Carolina, you had to work. We had so many different names, before our class. You know, what I mean, yeah, we had a high recruiting class and stuff like that with all the guys. You know, Garcia, Cliff, just everybody to name and all what we have done. But you know, South Carolina, you know, we're a collective group. You know, we done this always together. It was never just no one high star, two high stars, or anything like that. We came in and we did all this all together. You know, so
Right.
that's something that people definitely need to know. You know, and you know, it was definitely great times. I'll tell you that.
It was cool, kind of the blend. We had a bunch of Florida boys, had a bunch of North Carolina boys, you, Melvin, Travian, had some local South Carolina boys, some boys from
Yeah,
Georgia. Like our class, that 2007 class, just like it was a great blend, right? I mean, it was guys that came in and
yeah,
made early impact, were guys that developed. Um, but I mean, we talked to who was it? It was a couple years older than us. We talked to D Stu last year, and he said when our class
yeah,
came in, it really elevated everybody because not only was there hype behind some of the guys we had, but we came in and we pushed the guys that had been there, and kind of complacency was out the window at that point. It was like, all right, these boys
yeah,
are rolling in. They want our spots. We better play better, or else they're going to take our spots. And that became the cycle. I mean, even our time through junior, sophomore, junior, senior year, like the class is coming behind us. We're like,
yeah. Class,
shit, like
yeah,
we better elevate.
yeah. Nah, definitely. You ain't lied about that one. That's the truth. You better have to come bring something because you will find yourself on the
No
bench.
doubt.
In a hurry. In a
Yeah,
hurry.
well, talk to us, like kind of jumping in about the recruiting cycle for you, and what led you to South Carolina. What other teams were in the mix, but ultimately, what led you to USC?
You know, I would say coming out of high school, like you said, the whole big recruitment thing, you know, coming out of high school, I actually met that's why he probably smiling now. I actually met Garcia before going to South Carolina. We played in a bowl game together, and just
Yep.
definitely took my time to meet a lot of different, you know, like you said, just schools and went to different bowl games and things like that. You know, and to figure out what I wanted to do. You know, earlier on in the recruiting process, I'll say I was you know, committed to Clemson and things like that with Coach Rump and them guys. They was doing some cool stuff down there, but you know, kind of visiting the school, I don't think it was my cup of tea. Nah, but nah, it was definitely like I said, just taking my time and then some of the high name teams, Florida, you know, different teams in North Carolina, you taking visits to. So it was definitely fun and a good times, but nothing like South Carolina. And that's overall, you know, that's why I probably chose it. chose it.
I'll tell you what, Carly, man, that the names I was looking at that not too long ago. The names that was in that bowl game that we played in it was, I mean, there's Hall of Fame guys on that roster, dude.
Yeah, everybody. It was, and that was kind of like, you know, it was something different from the what was it, the All American game down there in Texas or something like that. Under Armour
Yeah, the Under Armour one.
game,
Yep.
yeah. So it was definitely, and I think it was like some coming up new. It was their second year doing it or something like that, or second or third, something like that. So it was, like I said, it was something new. A lot of guys was gravitating to it, and you know, it was something like you say, something to kind of go out there and compete and have fun and you know, do our thing. So yeah,
I know Stephen and I've talked on end about it, but kind of Coach Spurrier's recruiting pitch to us, I'm sure just like you, was you can go to Florida, you can go to Clemson, you can go to these other schools and do the same shit they've done, compete for a championship. But if you come here, like we're going to build something where you're going to be the first to ever do something like this, just like we did, play for the first ever East, first and only East champs ever in South Carolina history. So I know
yeah,
that was a big thing for us. I don't know why we did it.
yeah. No, definitely, man. When like you said, having some of the coaches, especially like Spurrier, coming to my house, man. When he came to my house, I ain't had no lights. So
That's crazy. That's
hey man,
crazy.
it was him and Spurrier Jr. coming because you know actually another thing too was South Carolina was the only one to recruit me as a you know
Receiver too,
receiver
right?
and yeah receiver and things
Yeah.
like that and hey, it was just one of them things to where it was Coach Spurrier and coming to another school and thinking that you know for sure he gonna come do the same thing he did at Florida, come to South Carolina, he trying to sling the ball and you know go deep and stuff like that and do what it do. So you know, you thought it was going to be a great opportunity to come here to play receiver for him and things like that. especially my first year. So, but no, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, well, keep on that because like you recruited as a receiver, but obviously you had the hybrid, the ability to return kicks, to play DB, play receiver. Talk about how kind of the early portion of your career because you your first year you started at receiver and you were a kickoff returner, um, but then what
Yeah.
ultimately led you to the defensive side of the ball, and obviously you made a pretty good decision because you got drafted super high and played a long time and all the above.
I'd say if anything, I kind of regret is just probably not doing my whole career at
Mhm.
DB. You know what I'm saying? We had some good receivers. Alshon Jeffrey came in. We had a lot.
He
Jason
was all right.
Barnes. We had a lot of people. So it was a good time. But you know how Coach Swear, he don't care. You're gonna be running all day, and that wasn't too much my thing. You know what I mean? And then because I was a fast guy, and he was, Collie, come up here, come on. Man, I'm running for days. I'm like, dude, I'm tired. Garcia, go to open area. I'm like,
Still,
Spurrier, man.
I
He like, God damn it.
still hear that in my nightmares, man. Still hear his voice.
Man, I'm telling you. So no, it was cool for what it was, and just like I said, growing, want to do more for the team, want to definitely show my talent and things like that, and like I said, help the team more than what I was doing. So yeah, just kind of went back to defense and something that I knew I can do, and went over there and went to the dark side.
Yeah, I mean, we had some dudes on that defense too. Even early on the front end of our time in Carolina, you had Carlos Thomas, you had Captain Monoland, Darian Stewart. Like there were dudes kind of
Yeah, Emmanuel
Tony
Cook,
Woods.
the
He,
Brinkley's
oh,
boys. Yeah,
yep.
we had some guys. We had guys.
The Lindsay twins. I mean,
Oh yeah, the Lindsay twins and the Brinkley boy twins. Oh, it was crazy.
dude,
All four of them.
those
They used to, man. The Lindsay twins used to go crazy. I tell you that.
they still are very much crazy as shit.
So
Very,
no,
very. I mean,
I'm
probably
sure.
even crazier now, honestly.
Yeah, man, no doubt, no doubt. I'm sure it was a good time. Nah, it was fun on the field playing with them guys.
That's a good point, man. Yeah, there was a lot of big names, a lot of guys that went on to play. Even if it was a few years in the league. I mean, that was on that defense.
Yeah.
Who would you say either on staff or on the team was most critical to your development and taking that next step at the DB position? I know Stoney Woodson was kind of like the mentor in that group. He was like the old head. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, your
Was yeah,
game, like speed, agility, quickness, instincts, like very much Captain Monoland like. So, yeah, talk a little bit about who
yeah.
was most impactful for you.
Man, it was a combination of I'll say probably coach our DB coach, Coach Wham,
Yep.
Coach Ward,
Yep.
he
Winnie.
him and actually kind of like I give props to Addison
Yeah.
Williams. When you kind
Yeah,
of he was a teacher type of guy, and when you kind of lead by example, and
he's still teaching.
yeah,
He's
no, for
he's
sure, for
he's
sure.
coaching somewhere.
Yeah, no, I
I think
bet, I bet.
I think he's at Nebraska actually.
Okay, okay. I know he was somewhere like UCF. Okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Nebraska.
yeah.
All right. No, that's tight. That's tight. But yeah, just being under that, you didn't have no choice but to kind of stay on the right direction for the most part. You know what I mean? And that's mainly the guys that helped me out. Just kind of staying on the right direction and not getting into too much trouble. I say.
I don't know shit about that.
Yeah. We had our recruiting class personality. So we definitely had to dodge some bullets here or there. You two, especially.
Hey, look. Hey Garcia, I hope your door closed today, cause you don't want me to spill no beans.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, fuck it, I don't give a shit anymore. Spill the
Oh,
beans.
God.
Enough has been spilled.
Man, we had great times. I'll tell you that.
Oh, we had unbelievable times, man. I'd do anything to relive those days. And that locker room, man, that was some of the best times of my life. Was just being around you guys and shooting the shit and getting everybody together after the game. And I mean, that's something that I don't know if the guys are still doing that this day and age, man. I mean, we had a hell of a time, dude. And whether we won or lost, man, we balled.
Hey, I first I first met Garcia and seeing Garcia, we playing in the bowl game and knowing who your quarterback gonna be. I was like, oh, this is a guy Garcia in Tampa and stuff like that. I was like, damn, look like a golden boy. Hey, but until you find out this motherfucker got beer on the side, you like, what the
Yeah, the showcase.
Hey,
And he
work hard, play
showcased
hard,
them.
man.
hey, that guy, I tell you what.
I remember, like,
Yeah,
do y'all remember when we were at Bates? Was it Bates or Bates West? Our freshman year, that first summer.
Man, I
it
got
was one of the
Yeah,
two.
I
I
remember
got
the
brain.
basement parties in there.
He said,
Look, DeMarco trying to make me think about how many years. Look, I can't even think how many years ago that was.
And I'm supposed to be the dumb one running into brick walls for forever.
Look, it take me a little time to think about something.
I mean,
But I think we was in Bates or because I remember we was in East
yeah.
Quad.
East Quad, yeah.
I just remember that first summer when we all got there, and obviously we were all kind of big eyed and like, what are our expectations? What this going to be like? First time really away. I remember some of the basement parties. I remember
Yes.
some of obviously it was a co-ed dorm, so that was pretty freaking sweet. And all the above. And then we went to East Quad and we're like, whoa, East Quad's nice. We have our own suite. And then Stephen and I had the beer pong table and our room became the party room and had all the strobe lights and all the crazy shit. But we had a good time.
Then you moved off the campus.
Yeah, then we moved off campus and
Drop mic.
all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
Drop mic.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll come back to that off
Cody,
air.
where did you live the last 2 years?
I moved. Spurrier. I was one of the guys that Spurrier actually let me move. Me and Addison moved off early in our 10th grade, sophomore year. That because it was our rule. You couldn't move till junior
Right.
and senior. So we moved up pretty early. Had that little luxury, and we was out the way. We was over there. What's called by Rock Corey Road, but we ended up leaving there, and I think I was in where was I? Don't get me to think about it. I think
You were not in East Quad as a sophomore, and Stephen cut.
No, I was for the first semester though. I was
Oh,
for the first semester, and then when I left.
Stephen had the cheat code too because he got kicked off, and that's when he's like,
"Oh
I gotta
yeah,
get in trouble.
yeah.
Fire alarm, man.
Let's go. Should have done this my freshman year."
That was a no-brainer.
Oh man,
Oh shit.
We talk a lot about defining moments when it comes to football.
One choice can change the entire outcome of a game or season.
Moments that seem small often make a substantial impact in the long run, and that is true in all facets of life.
Like whom you choose to bank with?
Picking the right bank can make a huge difference in finding success.
That's why you need to elevate your financial game with Founders Federal Credit Union. Their rates are always competitive, and they've got trusted financial tools that help keep your financial goals on track.
Don't forget their service to their membership and community is unrivaled.
Get in the game today. Swing by a Founders office near you or visit foundersfcu.com to apply for membership. Founders is federally insured by the NCUA. Membership qualification is required. Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Steelhead Brewing in Casey has you covered. Whether you're craving a refreshing craft beer or just a great time with friends and family, Steelhands has it all. With a variety of craft beers, spacious outdoor beer gardens, and a delicious food menu, there's something for everyone. Plus, join them for free live music every Thursday through Sunday. Visit steelhandsbrewing.com to see their lineup of upcoming events or host your own. Handforce and Casey and voted best local brewery again this year. Go visit steelhandsbrewing.com. Hey Gamecocks, at Granger Rowings, style starts with you. From custom fits to emerging brands, they offer a curated selection of women's and men's clothing for work, weekends, and every moment in between. Their stylists take the time to understand your lifestyle, then help you build a wardrobe that fits your needs and feels like you. Shop in store, downtown on Main Street and Trenton Plaza, or book a fitting online at grangerowings.com. Granger Owings, where personal style meets personal service.
But hey, I got a quick question for you, man. I know obviously, so you came in as a receiver with Coach Spurrier recruiting you as that. Do you have any funny, interesting stories? Because everybody knows Spurrier's a freaking character. I mean, what kind of stories do you have of him? Like, even if it's
even if when you were playing defense, like, did he ever come over to the defensive side of the medium room and like talk some shit?
Oh yeah, man. You know, Spur just in naturally how he is to us, and man, you know, what's my man name? Jamie Speroni.
Oh, spur dog.
Hey, so you know, Spur just was a funny guy, just everything, you know, from just being in the weight room, tie his headband like he was a Terminator, man, like he was on Rocky or something like that. Man, I was like, from that, or you talking about being man, just being, I remember Spurrier outside, you know, before we go to practice, whether it's 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever, I remember him being outside, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes before, you know, we all jogging up to practice. I see, you know, and sometimes it kind of rains or it gets kind of, you know, you see where it's about to rain, get far, or whatever. Man, I see Spurrier outside, shirt off, hat, you know, bucket hat still on. He's sitting out there, you know, shirt, just looking around, put his hand on. He's sitting there like, yeah, come on, guys. I think it's time to roll. We got to go. And Thomas, look, he said we have 7 seconds. It was something like, it's going to be here in about 7 seconds. Come on, guys. We got to go. Speed it up. Jamie, where's Jamie? Where's
He did not. He did not f- around with the rain or the lightning. He as soon as the first, we're going to the bubble.
We stayed in the bubble. Yeah, we stayed in the bubble. He knew it was going to rain or it start coming down or any bit. Yeah, we going in the bubble.
He's a pass game guy. He's like, I mean, we can't really complete passes if it's raining out here. Quarterback can't throw. We can't catch it. I don't want to hand the ball off. That's a boring practice.
Oh shit.
Nah, he definitely was like that. Hey, he always, like I said, coming up with some type of way. But until Marcus Lattimore came in, feeding the ball a lot of times, you know, he didn't mind that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
very true.
Let's ride that horse for sure.
Right.
We'll talk about. I know that there was. I think it was our freshman or sophomore year when we played at Arkansas, and they ran the ball up our ass. I think McFadden, Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis, they had like almost 500 yards rushing against us.
I think we were still freshmen.
Yeah.
I think we were still freshmen.
But I remember Coach left. He's like, yeah, defense can't stop anybody. I'm going to go help coach them this week. So the following week, he went and sat in y'all's meeting rooms and was there the entire week. And Junior ran the offensive meetings and stuff. But he came back to our room following the next week. I think we played a cakewalk team, and the defense played well. And he's like, yeah, I fixed them. But he's like, God bless. That was miserable being in that defensive room all week.
Yeah, you know, he didn't like the defensive room. He didn't like to get, you know, man, Spurrier was like a 40-20 guy. Y'all offense get 40 minutes, we get 20.
100%. I mean, it was very catered.
You know, defense, they get it right.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, it was too funny. So, no,
yeah, he was very funny when he was talking about other people. When he started talking about you,
brutal.
It was not that fun.
Like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Let me go real quick.
Yeah. Because you were sitting there watching the tape, you know exactly when you fucked up. Mm-hmm. So about 3 or 4 plays before, like, I gotta go stretch my legs. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back. And he would sit there and wait. He would sit there and wait for you to come back.
It's still on you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nah, shit, Steven. You remember this throw? Yeah, shit. My fault for putting you in there. Shouldn't have recruited you.
That was the funniest ever when he did that. Like, oh shit, like he said, it's my fault. You know what? It's my fault for putting it. And you know his fingers. It's my fault. It's my fault. Oh man,
man, yeah, that was some of the best times, man. Looking back, I wish I just wasn't so hard headed, and I just would have cut my hair and shaved my beard and dressed like what Pat's wearing right now, and just, I mean, I would have eliminated so many heartaches.
You to be, but
absolutely.
No,
that ain't me, man. I mean, it still ain't me. I mean,
but he needed
Garcia bat out of hell.
I mean, he needed that too. Like, you know, like the way you build a team is like you don't have, 22 Chris Cullivers, 22 Stephen Garcias. It takes a blend of everybody, right? To like really create the team from a discipline standpoint, from a you need chaos. Like the locker room can't be a holy art thou type place. Like it needs to be some shit. You need to have some experiences. Like it's okay to throw hands a little bit in the locker room, like and hug it out afterwards. Like that's what our team was. Like there was a lot of controversy and a lot of shit that happened in those locker rooms, pre-game, post-practice, whatever it was. But all in all, like Saturday when we went to go strap up, you're like, all right, I got everything.
We went to war.
We was all together. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was brotherhood. We was definitely all together. And
Do you? No, I was gonna say, Cole, do you watch much college football these days?
yeah, I watch college more than anything.
Do you feel like that same sort of environment that we had? Like, we're strapping up, we're going to freaking battle with each other.
Yeah, that's.
I just wanted to hear your kind of thoughts on that.
I think I call it running. Like a lot of kids, it's kind of like that little boy, still in them, and it's like, oh, I'm not getting my way, oh, this and that. Obviously, when you go to a school, it's something that if the whole coaching staff or something don't leave, I may and then the coach, who and they, how another coach come in with another new plan of things.
Right.
But I can. That's probably the only thing I kind of understand, or something like that. Or your parents or mom did something, you got illness or something, but going back home or something. But other than that, when it's kind of like your team is suck and you're not getting the ball or catching the ball or anything like that, first thing you want to do is go transfer or do this and do that. And going into the portal, I honestly don't agree with it. But I understand also that we live in a new type of environment today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like, it's just opened up a lot of doors for a lot of players to kind of like do that, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of like what it is, it's, I guess, people with controversy argue about it, and things like that. But like I said, you come from that time of back in our time and that day, them 07s and 08s and 9s, it was no joke. It wasn't talking about, oh, we're going to transfer from South Carolina to Florida or something like that. No, we're not doing none of that.
You're staying your ass right here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure it out. You're gonna work it out, and you're gonna kind of do the best what you got to do, and get your grades, get a scholarship. You got your scholarship, graduate, and keep moving forward in life. So that's what it is. But obviously, it's a new day and age, as they say. And
culture during our time there was like, if you wanted to pack up and transfer, like we felt like it was a personal thing, and you didn't want to have to go to the locker room and talk to your homies and your buddies and like guys that were in your recruiting class and be like, yeah, like I ain't cut out for this anymore. I'm going to go over here. Like, I think there would have been some pretty harsh words that we would have shared just because of that tight-knit group of like, what the hell are you doing, man? You're letting us all down. You came in here. You're this dude. You're this part of the team. Like, I don't feel like it would have been.
You're a sellout.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been quick. Like, spade's a spade.
I mean, I'll never forget. I mean, that was one of the. And I get people that ask me all the time, like, when this day and age, like, would you have transferred? I was like, I remember Coach Spurrier and Coach Reeves told me when I got suspended for the 4th or 5th or 17th time, whatever it was. They were like, hey man, like, listen, you can transfer out here. We won't, because back then they could restrict you from transferring to another SEC school or wherever else. They're like, we won't restrict you. You are basically an unrestricted free agent. You can go wherever you want. And I told them point blank, I said, listen, I came here to play for you. I came here to play for these guys that I've been, dealing with for the last year. I came here because I wanted to do something that hasn't been done here before. And that's, play in the SEC championship game and, compete for a national championship. We never did that. But I mean, I couldn't imagine transferring out of South Carolina and like, almost like leaving, like it's almost like abandonment, like leaving y'all behind. Like, what the man? That's just, I couldn't foresee myself doing that.
No, for sure. It's definitely a big decision, you know what I mean? And letting the guys down type time.
But nowadays it's like, hey, you guys, I'm out of here. Good luck, though.
It is different. It definitely is different. I can't lie about that. It's different.
Well, Curly, talk about some of your fondest memories wearing the garnet and black, whether it be a game, whether it be memories, Village Idiot, whatever it is. But talk about some of your fond moments at Carolina.
On the field or off the field or what? Just on the field?
Let's do one of both. Let's do one of both.
Okay, so said said it once again. So on the field, what was pretty much my fondest
Yeah, I mean,
moments?
game, practice moment, locker room moment.
Well, we had a lot of good. Honestly, I think one of my fondest moments was actually playing. My younger moments was our freshman year when we had. Do y'all remember Monday Night Football?
Oh yeah,
Monday Night
Monster.
Football. It was like a thing to where you didn't like get in the game, and we was young. We all went through the controversy. Like Garcia. Like who when you first came in, who was it? Like Smelly or Chris Smelly or
it
something?
was Smelly, Tommy Beecher, and Blake Mitchell.
Yes, but yeah, exactly. So we all went through controversy and trying to like get spots and starting spots and things like that. So man, just kind of like coming in and overseeing fighting and things like that. I think that was pretty much one of the most fondest moments to me because just having those opportunities, like you said, the Monday night and showing our skills and what we can do, and then getting those opportunities to get in the game and things like that. I think it was more like the stepping stool, like what we're talking about. Instead of things getting handed to, obviously the players, athletes now and things like that, you really had to work and fight and battle
Yeah,
for, position. So I think that was just the time to show, kind of like, show your skills and things like that. And I think we all kind of, as young players, kind of got off on some of the older players that didn't get in, and
oh yeah.
having a good time and like, yeah, we are good and things like that, and gaining that confidence to kind of, keep building our career.
I'll tell you what, I was not expecting that
No,
response. I was not expecting Monday Night Football. I haven't even thought about Monday Night Football in, I guess, since I did it.
Man, it was only like a 1 year thing because I think we eventually got rid of it. Probably with our sophomore year because we started doing other things and things like
Yeah,
that. You know how Sperry is. We don't need it no more.
yeah. I think it might have been Dion LaCorn that got hurt, like
Oh,
ACL injury, or I think somebody got hurt pretty bad, and he's like, all right, we don't need to do this anymore.
yeah, dang,
What's
yeah,
a
that
really
was
cool
crazy.
philosophy, though? I mean, there's an earn your stripe moment, right? The guys that played on Saturday, Monday night, we did walkthrough corrections, kind of moving around, shake it out. But then we'd separate, and Monday Night Football would start. Maybe the younger guys that played a little bit on Saturday need the reps from a development standpoint. The older guys would go do conditioning, and then they'd
Yep.
come back over and they'd lace the sidelines, and it would be like a mini game going on.
The whole thing. Yeah,
I
yep, for
remember
sure. Whole
it
thing.
was awesome. Like Monday Night Football, like as much as you didn't want to do it as a junior, senior, because you're like, man, I'm sore as shit. But man, as a freshman, sophomore, and a chance to go out there and compete and get those moments, sign me up.
Nah, it was definitely like no other. I'll tell you one thing. I think the hardest time was the hardest time was probably our freshman and sophomore year, especially our freshman year. The conditioning, having black
Black
iron,
iron.
Oh,
man, them was some time.
Yeah.
I could. It was times you think, man, you like, man, if I even want to play ball no more, I don't know.
no doubt.
At East Quad, those conversations were had quite often. Like, hey, I'm gonna call
Yes.
home. I'm gonna tell mom I ain't built for this shit. And we're like, no,
I ain't
Yeah.
built for it. They breaking me down, man. I don't know, but
But
no,
but we,
I think that's what definitely made us men, and working through them tough battles like that, Partey.
yeah, I mean, and we all had each other to be like, hey man, like you ain't going home. Like let's fight through this shit together.
Yeah.
We got a
And we
mission
always,
to
yeah,
accomplish.
and like you said, we accountable for each other. We always was accountable for each other, and we always was roommates and things like that. So we was accountable for each other, getting each other up and making sure we on time and things like that, and not missing, and giving each other encouragement and things like that. I think that started to fall into the leadership and the brotherhood that we started to gain for one another, and to get better.
I love that.
Tailgate Talks is powered by Lanier & Burroughs, South Carolina's premier accident attorneys. If you've been in a truck wreck, car crash, slip and fall, or suffered injury on the job, these guys have the experience to fight for the compensation you deserve. Founding partner Louis Lanier has been battling for South Carolina since 1974, and Shane Burroughs brings over 15 years of top-rated trial experience. Best part? They're Gamecocks, and they offer a free initial consultation and will come to you. Give them a call at 803-268-9800 or visit landblawfirm.com. Lanier & Burroughs, fierce advocates, local roots, proven results. Home Team Barbecue is fired up to take care of your tailgate and watch party needs this season. Home Team is known for its smoked meats, creative daily specials, and twists on Southern classic. Smoked wings, ribs, pulled pork sliders, barbecue nachos, or classic sides like mac and cheese and collard greens are the perfect feast to fuel your game day. Round up your friends and give Home Team Catering a shout at catering@hometeambarbecue.com or head to 5 Points for a frozen game changer cocktail and barbecue snacks to celebrate the next Gamecocks' big win. Visit hometeambarbecue.com to check out the menu.
Tailgate Talks is brought to you by JCQ Farms, a proud South Carolina family farm rooted in tradition and built on quality. Whether it's their premium beef, farm fresh produce, or their signature smoked meats, JCQ Farms brings the taste of the South straight to your table. Perfect for your next tailgate, backyard barbecue, or family dinner. Remember, always support your American farms because they are drying out each day. Support local, eat better, and stock up for the season. JCQ Farms, where quality meets Carolina pride.
Gamecock Nation, it's time to elevate your outdoor space. Palm Casual Outdoor Furniture, Gamecock owned and operated, has you covered with locations all across South Carolina. Whether you're poolside, tailgating, or watching the Gamecocks dominate in your backyard, Palm Casual has the perfect setup for you. Visit them online at palmcasual.com and gear up for a fall filled with Gamecock victories. Cheers to a winning season from the DeMarco back porch, proudly furnished by Palm Casual.
All right. Well, since we talked Monday Night Football and on the field, what was your favorite off the field moment during your time? And keep it like it can be rated R, just can't be rated X, I guess.
That's silly. Off the field, it's so many good times. I tell you, one of the wildest times was I'm gonna bring it up lightly. You know we was we was having a good time, but when Garcia, y'all two had a party off campus. Man, I tell you, when whatever time it was, I probably pulled up. Me and the homie pulled up probably like an hour later within the party. When I tell you the whole block was blocked off, I said, ain't this patting down Garcia got this whole damn man. When I say it was wild, that was wild. It was a wild time. So I definitely enjoyed that time. That was a cool little time, we definitely had. So I'm gonna keep it like
team building moments, right? I mean, because we harp on it a lot, but like there was no party that you threw that like the whole team wasn't invited to. Whether you can come or not, great, but like there wasn't a time where
you guys definitely was an open book. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was an open book. Like I said, Garcia, with his crazy behind. I remember. Look, I remember. Y'all might have to X this one out, but it's not too bad. Look, I remember one time. Hey, Pat, you remember this too, man? We in freaking etiquette class. We go up the Escalade on the side of the facility, of the building. Man, we in etiquette class going up. Garcia smelling like liquor. We like, bro, what's going on? Garcia like, oh shit, we about to get out of here anyway. Who needs this shit?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, I caught a lot of shit for that. That was tough.
Man,
It was Kyle
we had
Nunn's
some
birthday.
wild college, like you said, some cool college wild times. I tell you.
Remember, I think
everybody,
Steven and I, we pregame for study hall one time. And study hall was at the library in the basement.
Underneath the basement.
And I remember we had those scooters, and we had a pregame. We probably drank 8 to 10 beers each, and go to the library. And I'm going across the road, and a freaking motorcycle pulls out in front of me and like jams on the brakes right in front of me, and I actually run into him. And he's like, I had the right way to go, and he just blocked me off. And like, he's like, you're going to be in trouble. And I'm like, I'm going to be in trouble. Like, I'm gone, dude. Sorry, I got to get to study hall. But it's one of the more stupid moments that we have.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of dumb shit that I don't think needs to be brought to light. anymore. Just leave it in the
All
past.
right, well, let's talk about good
Yeah.
moments. Let's talk about you kind of draft day and then kind of your time in the NFL, drafted by the 49ers, like early second round, right?
Third
Your third
round.
round.
Oh yeah, 81st pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 80 pick.
But was your
Something like
draft grade? Was your draft grade second, third? Like, were you thinking you were going to go right around there? Or?
that. Yeah, it was like the first or second round. But getting injured. Just like you said, just kind of going through trials and tribulation through, college. Having a condition called malignant hypothermia, finding that out when needing like shoulder surgery, and just kind of like start figuring things out as a man, as a young man, and then try to keep building my confidence and things like that, because that was kind of like a stumping point for me when I couldn't understand, like you said, how to get surgery and things like that. So I went through that and things like that. But when draft day came up and things like that, things was pretty cool. I was actually uh, Philadelphia, hanging with my family and things like that, and just getting that call, and from just being injured and then just working once again back hard, having that fighting mentality, being a Gamecock like how we be, and not giving up. So we just knew that we had more fight to give, and we just kind of kept pushing and went to facility, worked out, got into the combine, got into the pro day, and just like you said, just tried to show everything you can show, and end up working out good for us, and got drafted, like I said, to the Niners. They end up calling Trent Baalke,
Mm-hmm.
and and then that's what she wrote.
Yeah, well, it was your second year, right? That you played in the Super Bowl when y'all played. You played the Ravens, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the weird game. I actually went to that game because as players you get access to 2 to 4 tickets or whatever it is. I actually went to the game, and that was it. That was halftime where like the power shut off in the game.
Yeah.
Lights went dark,
Hey,
and then the opening kickoff. Jacoby took it back to the house, and I was like, "Oh, that's a momentum swinger right there."
hey, Garcia, you know why? You know why Pat went to the game? Because we beat him the week before.
Yeah, you did.
Oh
Yeah, thanks.
shit.
Thanks for reminding me, asshole.
Nah, I'm just messing. I'm
Damn.
messing, Pat. I'm messing.
Well, you had a big pick in that game too to close it out, didn't you? Didn't you have a big pick in that game?
Atlanta, yeah. Playing y'all guys, yeah.
Yeah, you had a big
Nah,
interception.
it was that was a fun game too.
Yeah.
Playing Atlanta, man. Y'all was whipping. Y'all was busting. Y'all was a great team.
Yeah. Let's not talk.
Y'all
Let's
had
not talk
Julio
about that game.
Jones.
Let's talk about you playing in the Super Bowl.
He said we want to talk about the Falcons, man. But playing the Super Bowl was definitely one of the kind of like the dream come true, like early, and it was one of them things that almost felt like a repeat of South Carolina, in my opinion. And I say it like that because, I guess we had the Lou Holtz before us, guys, and then Spurrier came in, and we came in with his first recruiting class and that type of deal, and kind of rebuilding something different and new. And then actually, like what we had mentioned earlier, just kind of going to SEC championship, and building off of the things that we had and building our program. So come to San Fran, it's all the tradition that they had as far as like the 80s, the 90s and things like
Yep.
that. And but going on, I guess a fault probably didn't make it to playoffs, I think in 9 years or something. So, once again, bringing in a new class, the young good class, a couple Kaepernick, Alden, myself, just a couple other guys and just a couple other good guys. And, just kind of just building once again to what we had some good pieces already. You had Patrick Willis, you had
Or Bowman.
Gore,
Who was the safety?
yeah, you had
Golston.
Deshaun Goldston. Yeah, you had Deshaun Goldston. You just had Justin Smith. You had so many different pieces. You had good people on the line. You had, like I said, Alex Smith. Just had good people. So just kind of bringing in pieces, I guess, and putting it all together. And that's what, once again, just kind of seeing the same, formula to what was going on, and that's what it kind of felt like. And it was that same type of feel. So it was definitely a good time leading up to the Super Bowl, and actually playing in it, becoming, the dream that, like you said, little kids that we always see in and wanting to play in that. So it was a dream come true. True.
Yeah, but like continuing your career, in 13 you got hurt, and then you had another good year in 14. But then free agency comes up and you sign with the Commanders. Kind of talk about first time being an unrestricted free agent and going through that process. Where best fits your skill set and where you're most wanted.
Well, going through the free agency, it was a good time. Honestly, it was a good time for the fact that just putting in so much hard work. From being a receiver to safety, and y'all see me, playing corner because you guys always also know me playing safety. Like, man, Craig Culliver, safety, I always play safety. So it's this, I guess, it's selling that corner, being a corner, and then at that time being recognized as one of the better corners or best corners out there, statistically and things like that. It was just kind of, like I said, just prevail in my game and keep growing and things like that. But I definitely just enjoyed it, and that the free agency was a cool little thing and what people needed and things like that. Some which you go through. So I definitely had a good time doing it. You know what I mean?
I got a. There's a clip that always pops up, and it's like every year. It's D-Hop during training camp when y'all had a joint practice, and he broke off. He broke off. Was it D-Hall?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you came in and you were like, "Well, you bet you won't try me like that."
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I do remember that.
It was intense. No, for sure, it was intense, that practice. You know how we,
Joints are brutal.
The joint practices be brutal. You know what I mean? But hey, man, like I said, once again, competing other guys and thinking they the best. You think you the best. Let's line it up. Let's see who become the best.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things, and that day it got out of hand a little bit.
As they typically do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you what ultimately, I mean, I think I know the answer, we all know the answer, but just ultimately injuries that kind of ended your career. I mean, I know you tore your ACL twice?
Yeah, twice. End up kept playing. But as the game just kind of, as the era we come from, just started changing and getting a little different. As me as a person and how type of player how I play, it's nothing soft. You know what I mean? So it's like every time I'm coming with it, and it's not well, don't do this, don't slam on Kelly, and so it's it's permitted nowadays and things like that. But that marks a lot of my game and playing a real physical game. So once you start to understand how time and you start getting into the 2019s and 2020 and just more, it's like kind of you see it. It's like it started to change, and I get it. For the better and the injuries and concussions protocol and things like that. So
I don't know, man. I think it's absolutely ridiculous watching these games, and these guys got
yeah,
the bubble wrap. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, the
What
cotton
guys?
hat, man.
I mean, a guy barely. He's like just barely. He's like on his way out of bounds, and somebody gives him a shove. Oh, 15 yard. It's like, God Almighty, man.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
physical
man,
sport. It's the most physical sport. I don't. It pisses me off, and I played offense. I hate seeing these defensive guys handicapped so much.
No, definitely.
What do you think? What do you think was the loudest stadium that you played in, whether it be college or NFL?
I'm about to say besides USC, shoot. Man, our stadium loud, man. But I can say it's a couple. I can tell you. You get me to think of the years. Whatever year we played LSU.
Oh yeah, that was
in LSU.
That was freshman year. That was 2007.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah, y'all went there. I did not make the travel list that week.
I mean,
so I went down to UCF that weekend actually. Since I didn't travel.
Sure, you had a little time, just a slight bit of fun.
That's our pal Garcia.
Pat's been to UCF with me a couple times. He knows.
Yeah, that was an epic trip.
Nah, shoot. Nah, you got a couple. I guess I'll say LSU. You got what's the other one? Clemson. Clemson
Tennessee
played
was turned
like
on Halloween that one time we played them. I think that was
Oh my God.
Tennessee was turned up.
Yeah.
Tennessee was
Yeah.
turned up.
What about
Um,
like NFL? Like, is there anything comparable to college stadiums
college.
like that?
I say when we was in Candlestick and also San Fran and also Seattle. Seeing them guys, because they real closed in, but man, it's like you can hear everybody talking to you.
I feel like a dome, like Atlanta. Like, is Atlanta the dome stadium's not as loud?
It's loud, but it's not that bad. It's kind of like New Orleans, you know what I mean? But it's not that bad. When you say like the most, when I think about the most, like as defense, when you can't hear nothing, you looking at them and you see vibrations, like
Right.
you better give me some signals. Like
Right.
I don't see nothing, and then you just hear the hee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's like a little more corporate, right? I mean, for the diehard fan bases that kind of like thick and thin, like those places get turned up, but some of them are so corporate, and it's all these sweet tickets, and the people are there just to wear
yeah, yeah. Kind of take away,
their high heel
yeah, for
shoes
sure.
and all that shit. Like those are the games where like noise isn't really an issue, but you go to Green Bay, Kansas City, Seattle, like those type of places, it's loud.
Yeah, they definitely some tough stadiums to even play in. Also,
Yeah, let's do these rapid fire questions. All right,
all right, talk to
gonna
me.
have to put your thinking cap on real quick. All right, and in this
All
one,
right.
like you're obviously gonna go with the DB guy here, but who's one teammate that you would take in the foxhole with you, that you'd go to battle with regardless? NFL, college.
Oh man, that's a tough one. That's a tough question. I guess it would be a DB. I say Deshaun Ghoston.
Yeah, he was with me in Atlanta for 1 year. He was a hard ass.
Yeah, nah, he definitely a hard
Yeah.
hat. You know what I mean? He gonna come and knock your block off. He don't play. You talking about that's why we called him the Hawk. He definitely be flying around the field, whether that's hitting people or getting that ball. You know what I mean? That ball coming up, he definitely trying to come down with it.
All right, we got best atmosphere or better atmosphere: Williams-Brice night game or Levi Stadium playoff game.
Come on, man, Williams-Brice.
I mean, you don't have to say that just because it's a. But
Williams, I love our night games, and I definitely, if anything, I'll probably say it'll have to be a Candlestick. Candlestick was always a little bit, in my opinion, a little better than Levi Stadium because it was a lot. The fans was a little more just hardcore. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It just got a little wild out there, like. And it goes back to the thing what Pat said, like you get a little more corporate once you change the stadium, you change the area.
Ticket
I think
prices.
it's in yeah, Santa Clara now. So it's just in a different environment, and it's not quite as what it was,
Tell you what was an
and
epic
playing in both.
game was we played you guys last game ever in Candlestick when I was in Atlanta. I think Patrick Willis kicked off with that,
The playoffs,
turned it like 70, but we were up. And then you guys scored late and we were driving to go win the game.
but
It must have been 20.
y'all beat us, right? And
No, you guys beat us in that game.
Atlanta.
Patrick Willis, that interception, he returned for a touchdown, closed it out. I think it was 2014, maybe 2015. But that was an epic. I mean, that stadium was banging. And it was like,
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it was tough. Like we was like San Fran. I say like we was a tough team to overall kind of beat. We was coming with it. You know what I mean? Even now, them guys I see them, especially the defense, they got it going on, running around pretty well. So yeah, man, it's one of them things. They got something in the water over there that they doing right a little bit.
all right, do you have any like pregame ritual or like any certain song or anything you have to do pregame that the fans would think was pretty cool?
Pre-game with. So I guess I'll let you in on a funny little situation or story. It's not a story, just something like you said, it's a ritual, I guess, because we play in the league and play professionally. Sometimes as DBs and things like that, we don't, Garcia contested as we not always throwing the ball to this receiver or one receiver and things like this. So it's like sometimes you don't get, and if you're a good corner, you don't really get tested like that too often. So your first test might come, second quarter, 8 minutes or something. You're like, man, come on, man. You do a slant or do a curl or something like that. But so just pretty much before I start the game, before I go out there on the first snap of the defense, because once again, offense can be long if you guys are going first. And then, got the punt team, you got a timeout. I mean, you got a commercial timeout. And then we get on the field again, or for the first time. So I just kind of, have one of the trainers give me a little pop of 5-hour energy to kind of get me back going. Hit the smell up,
The
and I'm
smelling
back.
salts.
Yeah. I just smidge it a 5 hour because it's kind of just to get me back going. Because during the game you can't be too just lackadaisical. So people run by you.
Yeah, you never know
But
what
you
that
can't be
moment
too
is.
lackadaisical. Yeah, you always gotta keep that intensity and keep that intensity going. So yeah,
That's a good
that
one.
smelly salt that keep too.
I'll tell you what, man. I've been seeing a lot of guys doing the smelling salts lately. I saw someone post a video of Aaron Rodgers literally like ripping one, throwing it out, and then threw like a bang 8 to a DK Metcalf, and
Oh shit.
he just rolled. But yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of that.
Hey, dude, that smelly salt keep that. You know how it go. It keep you in the
Oh,
game. You get a little unbalance out there, I would say.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember ripping those things. All right, yeah. Last little rapid fire, man. Who's the best shit talker that you've had to deal with? I mean, let's say as a receiver. I mean, shit. Just go ahead. Just anybody in general.
I say the best. It's not even the best. The most shit talker I say is what's his name? What's his name? Stevenson. Carolina.
Steve
Steve Smith.
Smith.
Steve Smith. Yeah, freaking Steve Smith. He man, you
That
don't know if
sounds
they
that
running
sounds
the
all right.
ball, if they freaking doing anything, but him not getting the ball, he's still talking shit. It's like, hey, bro, come on,
Definitely.
man.
He was physical too.
Yeah, nah, yeah, I guess.
I guess. Shots fired at Steve Smith. I love it.
I guess. Don't bring up that clip,
No.
because you'll see.
Oh, we
Oh,
gotta we
well,
gotta get it then.
Dakota noted.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, last one here. Who was the toughest receiver you ever faced during your college or professional career?
I would say probably the best receiver. I like we didn't face so many people. Megatron and all different type of people. But honestly, I just say the best receiver overall is Stevie Johnson.
Oh,
Stevie Johnson,
Buffalo.
number 13 from the
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Bills. Yeah.
You had D-Jack, you got AB, you had so many different during our time. We had so many good people, but just
How the hell? I haven't heard that name in so long, dude. Like, how do you say that he's a harder receiver to play against as opposed to AB?
because just his craft and fineness, and just every time he's on it, it's like, you ever see Stevie Johnson kind of a receiver? I mean, a DB try to jam him, and he just kind of slip past him and look at him. Like, oh man, I'd be like, damn. But you don't want to put that on film. You don't want to be like that and things like that. But just like you said, it's something that you just kind of competing against someone first with the Bills, and then him actually coming over to San Fran and actually every single day working in practice. We both just working. And it's kind of like working our techniques against each other, which actually helped us out, letting him kind of understand what I do so he can counter and have better, obviously
Right.
things better and things like that. So it was a good time. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, man. Like it's a lot of people, you could say, man, oh, this person or that person, but Larry Fitzgerald, this person, it's man, but yeah,
You just
He
named
was
you just
good.
named like 4 Hall of Fame guys, and you go with Stevie Johnson. I love it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty
I'm gonna be
badass.
honest.
Oh,
I'm gonna be
he
honest.
was
You know, I
good.
always won. I went against so many people, man. Jordy Nelson, so many players, I went against, you know what I mean? And all of them have great features and great skill sets, but when you talk about someone who is kind of hard every single play that you really have to stay like continue to have your technique on point, you know what I mean, to go against this person. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like just giving respect and being up on your game.
Yeah, being perfect
So,
for 60 or 70 plays a game is tough. I mean, you never know that one, especially at DB.
Yeah.
So that's good.
You ain't lying.
Well, dude, appreciate you joining us. I know the fans are really going to love this episode, and kind of your insight and just who you were and your impact to Carolina. You were an incredible teammate, but the off-field stuff and being able to grow with you personally, and all that was awesome, man. Was up.
No, I appreciate that, Pat, man. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate that, Garcia. Y'all already know, man. It's always a good time seeing you guys and chatting with you guys, man. Y'all doing great things. Appreciate it a lot.
I got to make it down to West Palm, man.
No, seriously, man.
We'll
Definitely
link up.
Yeah, you got my number, man. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you're down here in the area, I know you're gonna be here soon. Hey,
Yeah.
you know I'm your guy.
I got you, man. I got you for sure. I appreciate you coming on, dude, on such a short notice.
No, definitely. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all continue doing great things, man. Definitely love.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you.
See you, bro.